Alright, here's part 2 in this series about improving tone. So the next part is about overtones. And once you get past the long tones part, you're doing consistent with that, this is the most important part, the overtone slash voicing. This is really what shapes your sound. It determines if you can play in tune or not. With voicing, you can easily alter the tuning to really quickly react to other members in your ensemble's tuning. So if they're playing out of tune, or if they're playing in tune, you're out of tune, you can easily switch with that voicing to in tune quite fast. And this is the most important part. So first we're going to start by overtone matching pitches. So we're going to start with a B flat, and then we're going to finger the low B flat fingering while sounding the same as just the regular B flat. So here's a regular B flat. Now here's a low B flat but saying the same pitch. And when you're done matching that pitch, I want you to use your voicing to slur down to the low B flat. So I'm going to do this first line at the top. There you go. So strive for that. And utilize his voicing in actuality. When you're playing a regular B flat and you're out of tune, then use that voicing you are to play that B flat again with the lower note. Memorize that position. So when you're playing a B flat and it's out of tune, you can use that voicing position that you did for the low B flat to change the pitch real fast. So that was all with my tongue, just from that low B flat overtone voicing. So the rest of this page, you're gonna finger the notes at the bottom of the staff while playing the notes, while making it sound like the notes at the top. So I'm gonna demonstrate the first line, the second line actually, an overtone, the first line in overtone extractions. So when you're starting this, it's okay, the beginning of all those 4 notes, but as you get better, the goal is to slur all of that with your tongue. And this is going to give you voicing flexibility. And then there's the bottom, and I'm going to do the first line at the bottom. This is going to give you the necessary voicing flexibility that is key to playing saxophone. So now, here's another exercise. You're going from, you're playing the low A fingering, and you're voicing up to F. And I don't know if I can actually do this that well. I have to tongue it, but hey, you might as well. So I can't really slur those. I would just tongue those. And you're on your way. So next, we have voice scales in the Donald Cinta book. So You're basically, it's the same thing as the other pages. You are fingering the notes at the bottom while sounding the notes at the top. So I'm gonna demonstrate the first exercise 1. But first, I'm gonna play this reference B flat so I get the sound in my ear. You can switch up the articulation. Right now, I'm tonguing up and slurring down. It's also good to slur up, slur down, tongue up, tongue down. This is alternate as you get better and better. Exercise 2. And I will start going really slow. And then there's even more of these scales. So I'll play the last one, exercise 16. And the farther you go, the harder it is. So I'm a little rusty, but the more you do that, the better you'll be. And now here is where you should basically start with this voicing stuff. Front F, bend. So you're going to play this key and the second key, front F, and you're going to try to bend the pitch as low as possible, using your tongue, not your lips. I would start with this. This is the first thing you want to start with overtones, because you're going to get that flexibility from that. Just keep experimenting with your tongue going up and down with the voicing. And then there's like, you know those songs people play? So I play that all with the low B flat fingering and voicing. And if you're able to do that pretty well, then you're getting that flexibility in voicing. And next, there's the Overtone series, which I skipped over a little bit, but here it is right here. So I don't really do this as much, but it's a good exercise. So I'm going to just demonstrate it. So it's easier to voice down the thing, like, but it's harder to go up. So I want you to focus on 2 of those pitches. It doesn't matter which one. And try to slur between both of those. And the more you do that, that's going to help you with even harder passages. So that, I think that's more of an advanced technique. But I would recommend doing all of that, and that helps you with your overtones. And there's, of course, there's those passages in songs like Fantasia. And you can practice that Fantasia passage or any other altissimo. Or you can play Bota Aria up an octave to practice your voicing. But the thing is, you don't want to practice voicing too much. Like an hour a day maximum, because you can actually damage like your throat. If you don't believe me, that's what happened to Michael Brecker, because he played a song where he voiced every note with the Overtone series or something like that, and it destroyed his tongue and stuff and throat. So just to do a little bit every day, recommend 15 to 20 minutes of that, and you'll be able to do that voicing stuff. So here's the last message I have for voicing. So for example, if I were to play a C, I'm going to play it like a high C, and I'm going to play it with the low C fingering. So the voice that I'm doing to play that high C with the low C fingering, I would sometimes add that on to the regular C. So I can make that C flattened, and I can also make it sharp with that voicing control. So that's why the voice pitch matching is great for staying in tune. For example, if I am playing this note here, so a G sharp, I'm automatically sharp. But if I use a voicing for it, I can easily match it. And there, you heard that sound. You don't want that sound. You want to mix the sound in with your regular sound. So it helps you with your pitches. So practice your overtones.